Salut, you're right, et bienvenue. Welcome to our first, well, not really our first because of lockdown, but our first remote learning afternoon. I'm really looking forward to this and I think it'll be great for you. So yesterday when we were in the lesson, we did like the toughest activity that we do to test you on the past tense. And I can't believe how well you did it, how hard you worked, how focused you were. I thought you were absolutely brilliant, a phenomenal effort. You seem to be really getting to grips with the past tense. Yes, it's hard. Yes, we're still making mistakes, but you've done well. So today, it's ideal that you're working from home because we're going to consolidate on the past tense. What we're going to do is we're going to do some reading. We're going to do some work that tests you and tests your knowledge and goes through these rules. By the end of today's lesson, you'd have studied really hard on the past. Let's start as we always do, mes petits. Alors, mes enfants, right guys, we're starting as we always do. Donc, dans vos cahiers, s'il vous plaît, ouvrez les cahiers tout le monde, copiez la date ici et copiez le titre du genre ici. Et aujourd'hui, pour le contrôle de post-it, au lieu de, instead of doing translations, these are our key questions. These are the three things and the extra challenge I'm going to be coming back to again and again and again today. Can you answer them? So, put me on pause. Copy the date and title in your book. When you think you're done, try and answer these key questions. Then when you think you're done, restart the video. I'll go through the answers to the key questions and I'll tell you that little bit more about what we're going to do today. Put me on pause, answer the questions, copy our date and title. On y va! Alors mes petits, right guys, if you're listening to me now, you should have the date and title in your book and you should have answered our key questions, which I'm going to go through now. So, how many parts does the past tense have? Unlike English, the past tense has 2 parts. That is because, unlike English, where you can say, I played, I watched, I did, I hated, Zara, you can't do that in French. You always have to have the have. So, you always say, I have watched, I have eaten, I have hated, you have to have the have. But remember, you also need that extra bit because you can't say I have play, I have eat, I have watch. We change the ending in English. There's like a million ways to do that. I have eaten, I have learnt, I have wanted. In French, it's nice and simple. Most verbs, not all of them, most verbs ending in ER, and all you need to do is change that ER to an with an exactly an E with an accent, and that's how we say like our ED sounds. Extra challenge then. This sounds the same as a different verb that we use. So how do you pronounce this E? Think of Beyonce. It goes up. So if you had 2 words like regarder, they sound the same. It could have an E with an accent, which is our ED sound, or it could be an infinitive. So, j'ai regardé is I watched. But if we're using an opinion verb like j'aime, our second verb is an infinitive like j'aime regarder er. You've got to know the difference between the two for our extra challenge today. J'ai regardé is I watched. J'aime regarder is I like watching. Now, if you're a bit lost on that, that is our extra challenge for you today. What we're going to do, I'm going to put you to the test on the past tense, year 8. You're going to do a little warm-up activity to see what you know at home, and then we're going to do a reading and we'll mark it together, and that will be your practice on this. By the time this lesson's over, you'll be able to show me you understand people using the past tense. This level 3 GCSE skill, you'll be able to do that today, year 8. Right, let's get started. Alors mes petits, pour commencer, alors ici, j'ai le vocabulaire du genre en anglais. J'ai une phrase ici en anglais. Et ici dans le bol, j'ai les mots qu'il faut pour traduire la phrase ici en anglais en français. Par exemple, le premier, last night I have did lots of things. Il faut dire, last night I did lots of things. Comment faire ça alors? Il faut chercher dans le texte pour last night. How do I say it? Chanson de Beyoncé? No. Et voilà, hier soir. Donc, il faut écrire hier soir. Et après avoir, look at that, right? Après avoir utilisé un mot, on peut effacer le mot. Donc, hier soir. Right, next bit. I have did lots of things. So, we have to have the have. J'ai, did is fait. J'ai fait. Voilà. Donc, il faut traduire les phrases en anglais ici en français en utilisant les mots dans le bol. Today, guys, I want you to put a timer on your phone, or if you don't have that, look at the clock on your computer. I'm going to give you just 4 minutes to do this task, yeah? In that 4 minutes, I want you all to do questions 1 and 2, or at least get on to question 2 if you're stuck. Question 3 is a bit tougher. Question 4 is even tougher. And then down the bottom, we've got our extra challenge. If you're done before the 4 minutes, I want you to have a go at that extra challenge for me. See what you can do. See if you can translate these phrases, guys. So, put me on pause. Restart the video in 4 minutes and I'll go through the answers. Pause me now, year 8. Bon courage. 3, 2, 1. Allez, on y va. Hey, mes enfants. Right, guys, if you're listening to me now, it's because your 4 minutes is over. You've had a go at this activity and you want the answers. So, I'm going to go through the answers now. Let's see what we can do. Alors, donc, le premier chose à faire. It said, last night I did lots of things, or last night I have done lots of things. So, looking in the text, you should have hier soir, j'ai fait beaucoup de choses. If you got that, well done. Give yourself a tick with your red pen for me, please. An excellent start. Quadre numéro 2. This one was a lot harder. It starts with this word first, which I don't think I taught you. It's over here. D'abord is how you say first. So it's going to be d'abord, j'ai dîné avec ma famille. Nous avons mangé du poulet. Give yourself a tick if you've got this. If you haven't, what are you missing? Big question. Do you have the have? You have to have the have. Did you remember it today? If you didn't, write it in red pen. If you did, nice one. First two down. 3 and 4 you didn't have to do, but I know loads of you legends would have got into it. Let's have a look. Et voilà, donc numéro 3. Then we watch TV. I love watching TV. It's exciting. This is such a tricky question because it includes our extra challenge. Did you spot the difference between watching, the infinitive, and watched, the past tense? Let's find out. You need to have. Puis, nous avons regardé, even accent, la télé. J'adore regarder hier la télé, c'est passionnant. Did you get these two the right way around, guys? This is past tense, even accent. This is the infinitive, er, which means two verbal verbing. I love watching, or I love to watch. Did you get them the right way around? Well done if you did. Give yourself a tick. If not, guys, this is très difficile. Don't worry if you didn't even get onto this. And finally, numéro 4. Before going to bed, I downloaded some songs. I love the new Beyonce song. I think that it's great. What an amazing GCSE sentence that is. I would love, love, love to read this in your assessment, which is coming up soon, by the way. I would love to see a sentence like this. So, what words have you got left? If you crossed them all out, you should have before going to bed, which is, I can't find it anywhere. Oh, this is hard. How embarrassing. Where's it at? There's going to bed. Where's before? Avant deux is what I'm looking for. I can't find. There we go. Avant de me coucher. And then the rest. Avant de me coucher, j'ai téléchargé des chansons. J'adore les nouvelles chansons de Beyoncé. Je pense que c'est chouette. Guys, a brilliant, brilliant effort if you got into this question. I'm so impressed. If you did number 4, well done. Even if you didn't do like all of it and you got onto it, you've done exceptionally well. This is our past tense. This is what we're looking at today. We have talked through the past tense and the rules, and we've learned some language. Yesterday's lesson, we did like that little casino activity where we tested you on the rules, and here today is the next level. You have to pick out and show me you can use the rules. But what we're going to move on to now is testing your knowledge. We're going to look at some reading in French where people are talking in the past. Oh, I've forgotten. Here's the extra challenge. There we go. Ils ont téléchargé. Ils adorent. Ils pensent. Well, amazing if you got into this. Guys, let's test you on the past tense.